Mic check, mic check. So we got this is Jordan Jones, GPK podcast, Garbage Path Kids podcast. Who we got over here to my left?
George Jones,
And you are
Garbage Pail Kid.
Garbage Patch Kid. Garbage Path Kids is a card that we used to have back in the 90s, back when we was young bucks.
Back in the Gap.
Yep. No, so this is my brother, Jorge. George Jones, supposed to have been on like the last 2 episodes I had, but
Unfortunately, I was working.
he's a working man around here. Bills don't stop, life don't stop. So we are what you would call a triplet. Triplet brother. I'm the oldest by
A minute.
a minute. That's right. Don't forget it. No, yeah. So our dad, he got us in the trash business. We grew up. He was a route manager, operation supervisor, whatever you fancy it. That's what he was over at Waste Management. Or back then it was what?
Syntax.
Yeah, Syntax Waste Management. Is it BFI? Way back when?
No.
I don't remember. But anyways, when we remember it was
BFI took over the Syntax shop when they moved to Harker Heights.
Yeah. So it was Syntax Waste Management way back in the day. And so that's what we're going to go over today, guys. We got some talking points on our origin story of GPK podcast. So what do you remember about growing up in the trash business?
I remember always riding around the trash trucks.
Doing what?
Doing nothing.
Nothing, just chilling. Yeah.
Chilling in cars.
Yep. That's back in the awesome days when it wasn't frowned upon to throw your kids in a car seat, throw them in a bench seat, and
roll on.
Tipping down the block in a brush truck. I don't think it was in a roll-off truck, was it?
I was.
Oh, you were. I don't remember if I was or not. But that was way back when.
We do roll off, container, rear load, brush. I think the only thing we didn't do as kids was front load.
Yeah. You're not fitting in front of the truck.
You ain't fitting 3 kids in a front load truck.
No, definitely not. Let's see. Yep. So that was way back. We were born in 92. We're dinosaurs now because our birth year starts with a 1900 instead of 2000. But
we're what you consider old folk.
Old folk. Now we is what's the new term now? We're unks. Unks in the game. You heard that yet?
No.
Yeah, we're unks, dog. You need to get out. You ain't heard unk?
You know how many hours I work a week?
That don't mean nothing. You don't have like social media or nothing? You ain't seen the word unk?
No.
Oh.
I got social media, but I don't really get on it.
Boys and girls, we're in trouble.
I scroll through TikTok mostly.
Oh, also, what's today?
4th of July.
4th of July. Happy Independence Day to America.
Oh, it's not America, it's America.
America. Sorry about that. So what's your favorite memory about growing up in the trash business?
I think it was just being around trucks, learning the business.
Back when you were little, though. What are you talking about now? What do you remember about like the Harker Heights shop when we were little? We were itty bitty. We used to run around the shop.
I remember Roger used to always be saying us running around the shop and be like, "Oh, get your ears with these pliers if you don't stop messing with stuff."
Yeah, back then we had our own little setup. We had we call that like a little entertainment room, I guess you call it. Had a little big back TV with a VCR in it. Oh no, we had a separate VCR. And we watched we had all kinds of movies back there.
Star Wars mostly.
Yeah, Star Wars. We had
Fern Gully.
Yep, Fern Gully. That's an old school classic right there. What's the movie we had? We had another movie we used to watch all the time. But we had our own little movie theater back there, and then we got bored of that. We had the main office, run around, hang out in there. And they had a big shop that they worked on the trucks, and then back behind it they had
creeps.
No, what do you call that? That room where Dad used to shoot all the doves at with all the paper. I guess it was like a recycling thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a little recycle thing. And we'd just be running around the shop doing whatever. And of course that was back when safety laws were a little bit less. What's the word?
When OSHA wasn't around.
Yeah, when OSHA wasn't around, we used to run around the shop, be in the shop while they're working on trucks, run around the yard, around the fuel island out there, where they had the big drop off out there. Yep.
That's like everybody. If I smell diesel, I'm like, I smell diesel. And they're like, how do you know? I was like, trust me, I've known what diesel smelled like since I was about 3 years old.
Mm-hmm. No, one of my favorite memories I have, I bring this up all the time, was we was in like second grade, first grade, and you used to get in trouble a lot in school.
Yeah. Every day.
And we went to Sparta Elementary School, shout out Sparta. And we were all three in different classes. But I remember hearing, George, you'd be getting carried down the hall by the teacher, and you'd be screaming. And they just had him over the shoulder, just toting him around to the office. And I would slide next to the window, got to have that window seat. And here come that roll off truck, black smoke with you, grabbing gears is what I'm talking about. Bop, bop, bop. And the next thing you know, 30 minutes later, here comes Jorge, wiping a little tear from his eye, moseying on back to class. And Pops would pull up, have to handle some grown folk business, and then send him on his way, and that roll off truck would go black smoking back out the parking lot. Now, that was one of my memories. I always think about that. But yeah, that was our favorite thing to do back in the day. We'd get out of school, slide around the corner of Daddy's room. You going to work tomorrow? Yeah. You think we can go with you? Yeah. All right, bet it's a date. But oh yeah, we came up in the trash business, man. We used to run around. It was crazy. I remember. Do you remember when he threw our bikes away and got us new bikes for like our birthday or Christmas?
It was for Christmas.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Because he loaded them up, and this is savage move right here for all you people with young kids. Savage move, savage is what I like to say. So Pops, we had 3 bikes. They got us new bikes for Christmas, or Santa got us new bikes for Christmas. I still believe in Santa.
Even though we saw him bringing them through the front door.
No, that was later on in the night. But that day. So he loads us up in this little single cab truck, and he throws all our bikes in the back, and he drives to his job. We all get out, and he literally cranks up a trash truck, opens up the back, and makes us watch him throw him in there, crush him with the hopper, and put him in the trash truck. And we are losing our minds on this man right here. Just threw our bikes away. We're crying, bawling. And Pops was, savage. He didn't say nothing. He just took us back to the house, dropped us off. I was like, this man just threw our bikes away. And then it was Christmas Eve, and then yeah, we caught Santa Claus, if you want to say, sliding some bikes through the front door, because back then we was living, well, I'm still living a double wide dream, but we was living, was that single wide I think we had back in the day? We was in single wide dream, so we on the come up. Oh yeah, where we at right now?
At my new house.
Oh yeah, Jorge's new house. Well, making that trash money.
Yeah, putting myself in a whole lot of debt.
Trash money. It don't stop. My man. All right. Let's see. We went through elementary school, junior high. Gee, our first vehicle driving was company truck.
Yep.
Statute limitations out on that one, so we get yeah, we learned to drive in company truck. There's one good story. I'll have to let Pops tell that one when we was in Oglesby coming out the gate, but I'll let him disclose that information to y'all. I'll plead the fifth on that one. But yeah, so we let's see, we lived in Belton, then we moved to Oglesby. Went there for I don't know,
6 years.
What, 6th grade till our junior year. And then we moved out to good old Johnson City. Babies. Yeah, when we left Johnson City, that's when he switched from waste management and then over to what was it at the time? ISI, the old Christmas tree. And that's when you kind of got your trash start in it. Tell us about that a little bit, Jorge. Get us some details.
I wanted to go to college, but then they told me I'd have to go to junior college, so I was like, well, why don't I just get a job? I started going up there every day, and my dad happened to get a new boss, and he seen I was up there every day, so it kind of offered me a job, and I was like, yeah, I'll take it.
What was you doing up there every day?
Helping run a transfer station.
Just out the blue, just still in high school?
Yeah.
Operating, well, that's what I'm talking about.
Doing better than the dude that was in there was doing.
It'd be that way sometimes. Sorry. Boss man called me.
Who, Mike? Yep.
You can continue on with your story. I'm gonna text him real quick.
But yeah, I was running transfer station for 3 months, learning how to operate a backhoe, roll off, how to drive trash trucks, how to dump them, how to do pre-trips, all that. Then I got moved to a residential commercial route doing just dumpsters, which I hated that. You gotta get up at like 2 o'clock every morning. You don't get off till like 4.
Was that Nazi?
Yeah.
With the old
Freddie McCoy.
Freddie McCoy, my coy. So let's back up just a little bit. So you started doing this right out of high school or in high school.
Yep.
What do you do when you're operating the old transfer station? How's that go?
Back to go out there on the yard, get a truck, back the truck up in the bay, dump a little out at a time, press a button, pushes it in the box. Once the box fulls, you disconnect it. Take the, I call them clamps, because we have them big.
It's a compactor box, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
So
self-contained. Well, it's not a self-contained, but it's a receiver box.
Yeah.
You start to disconnect it, and then
y'all back from up or y'all just?
No, we backed the roll-off truck down the hill.
No, did y'all back the box up?
Yeah. Diaper the box up, take it up to the top, set it down, grab another one. Thing I hated was when you got a new box, you couldn't just drive down there and turn around.
You had to back that thing.
You had to back up about 300 yards and around a curve down a hill.
So we call that being a truck driver.
Now, I remember the funniest thing one day was, what the hell is the name? Oh, Jimmy Russell.
Yeah, Jimmy.
He went and got a box one day, and I still laugh about it till this day because me and Jimmy talks about it a lot. Because Jimmy was there one day when he did it. He'd go up there, get a box, drop a full box, and get an empty box. He'd be backing down the hill, and as soon as he got lined up with the chute, he would just drop it.
Drop it down off in the hole?
He'd start hoisting it up, and then he'd let the cable all the way out.
Oh, yeah, that's a
fun time. What he was doing was he would line it up with the guardrail, with the guide rail we had, and he'd hoist it up about halfway, and he'd let it off. But before he got to the very bottom, he'd pull the slack out of the cable to keep it from hitting the thing.
Hitting the wall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'd last the box up there, go back up there, get another truck or two, do the same thing all day. But one day it was my dad, Chris Carr, and Jimmy happened to be there because he came down from Austin.
Yep.
When he was working, when he was up in Austin.
We're talking about Jimmy Esparza?
Yeah.
Or DM now? You'll catch the big circle in the trash light here in a little while.
They were all old school, and Chris were out there watching me, and Jimmy and somebody else happened to be there. I think it was Jaime. So we were all out there just doing what we do. And Chris and them got a good kick out of this. My dad was training me how to do it, and then the guy, Jimmy Russell, was working with me on it too. His name's Jimmy, but his name's actually James, but he goes by Jimmy. So we're out there just jacking around, doing what we're supposed to do. And I just happened to pick the heaviest box that we had, which later on I'll go into detail how I got in trouble over that. But I'm over here picking this box up, and Jimmy, Chris, and my dad are all standing there watching, and then Jimmy Russell is down there at the bottom with me, and he's standing on the step of the door. And I got the door shut. Well, I start hoisting the box up, and as soon as I break it over, the cable breaks. So as the cable breaks, the box starts sliding back down. The front of the truck comes about 6 or 7 feet up off the ground. And just, as soon as that box comes off, that truck just wham on the ground.
Scared a little bit?
I'm not going to lie, that scared the shit out of me. So my dad comes down there, and he's all like, he goes, man, what the hell y'all doing? I was like, I don't know. But what scared me was when the cable broke, it smacked the top of the cab.
Yeah, you don't want to be around a cable on a roll-off truck or a truck. You had a trailer, right? Or you had a truck?
No, we had the stick shift roll-off. We called it the dinosaur truck. It was a good truck, but it was also a piece of shit.
That probably most kids can't drive standard nowadays. That's all.
So
That's another story.
we were doing all that. So then we had to pull it up there by the shop. They had to put a new table on it. And then the transport guys, they had trailers. So they go and haul the box. Well, they had a new company. What was it, Melendez?
I don't remember. I wasn't in the trash can yet.
It was some rock haulers out of Austin that were doing it. But they happened to have this new guy come in as a third guy to help the other two. And my dad was kind of like, okay, that's fine. But they're like, oh, the guy's been hauling rock haulers for 20 years, this and that, which that's fine. But rock haulers are way different from a roll-off trailer. Because you might have the same weight, but most of them have one hoist.
Mm-hmm.
Now the ones we had, you either got the dump billies or you got the hoist ones. They got one hoist, we got two, but I don't know what this dude did in the landfill after he was trained for about 2 days, which my dad told him that wasn't a good idea. And their bosses, wherever they came from, were like, oh, he can do it. So this guy comes and picks up the box that I put the two boxes. He hauled one and brought it back. Then he took another one, which was the one that I snapped the cable with. So he picks it up, takes it to Seguin, and dumps it. Why he's dumping it, I don't know if he was in a hole or what he was doing.
Well, your own valve?
Oh, he laid the trailer, the box, and the truck down.
Oh, my man, that's fun. That's fun time.
So they bring him his landfill tickets back. Chris comes to the transfer station, and he said, hey, man, I was like, what's up? He goes, you see this weight on this box? I was like, what about it? He's like, it says 46 tons.
That's quite a bit.
Yeah, we weren't supposed to put but like
20?
I think it was 24.
Mm.
I think the most he told us was you could have 24. I mean, it weighed about between 42 and 46. So he came in there. He wasn't really mad. He just kind of told us, hey, y'all can't be loading the boxes like that.
As the pappy would say, that's all you can eat buffet.
So me and Jimmy, Russell were all like, all right. So we started packing more boxes. Then I got in trouble 2 more days later because I was in there by myself for 2 days. Every box that came back weighed over 30 tons.
So at this time, were you weren't hired on yet, or were you hired on?
I was hired on as
a helper, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, so you went from running transfer station to, and so pretty much when you ran their transfer station, the way that worked out was drivers would run their routes, and then they would come back to the yard, truck would be full. Jorge and Jimmy would grab a truck, dump it in the transfer station. Now, this yard was pretty small, so it's only like 10, 12 trucks, I think. Maybe.
We had,
Vicky, don't sue us on this. We don't know. We're just guesstimating back in the day.
we had, what did we have? Monday through Thursday, we ran 9 trucks, and then Friday, we ran 10.
Yeah, so like 10 trucks dumping every day, and they would just do that, and then you had because city people come in there and dump right too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you lived in the city, come dump at transfer
They
station.
come dumping that 50-yard over the top of the head.
Yeah. So when did you get on a route? You remember what year that was?
I got on the route, I think it was on September 9th of 2010.
September. So pretty much right after the summer we graduated, and then hopped on the old resi route.
Well, mine was I don't know if you call it a resi route. It was more of a commercial route.
A commercial real route. So y'all ran what, Llano and?
Me and Freddie did Llano. Well, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, we did Llano.
Yeah, I see them guys all the time on Mason.
Thursday, I would be either in the transfer station or I'd be off, depending on what Chris needed me to do. And then sometimes I'd go out with what the hell is his name? Old Jeff Puckett.
Oh, Jeff. That was old Tattoo Jeff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I was on a residential route, I was with him, and I told him I had to go to the bathroom. We were running up, what was that, 32?
Going to?
I think it was going towards Wimberley.
No, I don't remember all them roads. 32, I think.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
We're on 32 coming out of Blanco, and we're on a highway. And I told Jeff, I was like, hey, man, I got to piss. And he's like, well, wait till we get up to the stop up here. So I wait. He's like, all right, you're good. We're on the highway. I start pissing. I hear the park brake go off. I'm standing there taking a piss, and this motherfucker just drives off to the next stop while I'm standing there pissing. And there's a lot of cars behind us. I'm still pissing, and all these people are sitting there honking at me. And I run to the next stop, and Jeff's back there dumping a can, and he's all like, man, I told you better hurry up. I was like, when I gotta piss, I gotta piss.
That's a savage. I've never heard that story. That's a savage mover. That's messed up.
And then I remember when we got back, because he already told my dad about it. My dad got a kick out of it. He's like, that's funny right there.
Yeah, break you from doing that again, huh?
Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm. So what was your let's see. Did you were a helper all the way? You were a helper.
I was a helper from 2010 to 2000.
What, 25?
Yeah, it was February 22nd of 2025.
Yeah. So Jorge is what you would call seasoned in the helper business. But you stayed down there till
We were down there till
what, 2012?
2011.
Or 2011? 2012, and then moved back up this way. And then Pops transferred over to our bigger site, which is where me and him are out of now. And so he was the operation supervisor there, along with who was with him then?
Brad.
Brad wasn't supervisor yet when he started, I don't think. I don't know who that was. That was it Aaron? No, Aaron was the site manager. But he had somebody with him, and then Uncle Brad got in there. And then that's when
he had Nana with him.
Yeah, that's right. Let's see, y'all can go somewhere though before we left Johnson City. But anyway, so we moved back down here, Pop supervising. Now everybody needs to understand our dad is not your normal dad when it comes to working with him. And some people know if you got that blue collar dad, they know the game. Like Pops is not gonna take it easy on you worth a damn. What did you say? What did he say? Yeah, he is he's a hard man to work for, but he's gonna train you right, he will get you right. Or you're gonna be right. I mean, birthdays, you ain't getting no birthdays off. You ain't getting no days off with Pops. I mean, you gonna come to work, do a job every day.
I think the only time they ever made me take off was that one day where I was talking about my stomach was hurting and I was throwing up.
And they come find out, but he got appendicitis.
Oh,
was that when your appendix come out?
Yeah.
Yeah. They had to go to the hospital because your appendix about ruptured inside.
Oh, that doctor told me. So if y'all wouldn't have got him here within another hour, his appendix would have ruptured.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Pops, he did a little tough to work for, especially when he need his children's, because that was our thing back in the day was, oh, we're gonna be trash men, and then we get the typical, no, you're gonna go to college, you're gonna go do this, do that, whatever. I went to college, I tried it for a year, and then come back, did a little stint up in Colorado doing helping my buddy's dad build houses and stuff like that, and
then you worked at, what was it, Super S Foods?
That was during school.
Yeah.
No, I worked at school, Super S with old Big Mac, Chris McDonald. And then we went to Colorado, helping Cody Smith's dad build houses up there. And then came back, helped him do some here. And then ended up moving back home. And then, did you have a house? Where was you at when I moved back home? Where were you staying at?
I was staying.
Was you with Taylor and them then?
No, I was staying over there with Eddie.
No, when I very first moved back.
I don't remember where it was at. It was all over the place.
Yeah. Before I had a little rough come up. We'll get into that later on. But yeah, so then I moved back home from college, or running around doing that, and then come home. Now I kind of shared this story on a little intro episode, but I just laughed so hard because my damn hot. Well, they done bought groceries. Got paid on Thursday. Or no, got paid that Thursday, bought groceries over the weekend, did our grocery shopping. And the next week I'm home and you got nothing to do but play some Call of Duty and and hang out because I don't know anybody in McGregor, Texas. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm how old was I? I think I was 19. Yeah, just turned 19. Working out, pretty good shape, high metabolism, all that good stuff. I might have been 20. And then from that Monday, I think I made it till Thursday. And the pops come home and make him a sandwich. And he opened up the refrigerator. Nothing. Some gun bone dry. He said, heck no. Said, did you eat all the food? I was like, I had a little bit here. Nah, you ate all the food. He said, I got a trick for you, buddy. I got a job for you. So he said, Monday morning, you start. And now, I will say this right now. The routes we had back then compared to what we got now.
Yeah, those were not.
Those were some big routes. And you had to be in shape or you had to know what you was doing.
I honestly don't think, and I'm not saying some of the guys couldn't do it, but take it for instance, the route Sheikah had, you're doing 2,200 homes a day. And you remember Gary?
Yep.
I remember my dad's out rolling around. It's a Friday. We're doing Surrey Ridge. Sheikah calls it Heartbreak Ridge.
Explain to the people. I don't know if you remember when you did the horseshoe and you're looking down the street. What's in your direct feature down the street? What do you got?
Oh, you just got trash.
Yeah,
far fucking days.
Far as the eye can see.
Well, which horseshoe you talking about? The one in Surrey Ridge or the one by the school?
No, the one that was over over on the road.
I fucking hate it. I hated Surrey Ridge more than I hated that horseshoe, but that horseshoe was a motherfucker.
Yeah, as far as you can see, looking down a block. I mean, it's just unlimited track. That was the all you can eat buffet right there. Well,
that was more like you'd look at it on the map and you'd be like, oh, I could do that in 20 minutes. When you get out there, I said you know it'd take you about an hour and a half to do that whole entire horseshoe.
Yeah, would you believe I told you I did that by myself? Driving the truck?
No.
Oh yeah. It wasn't fun. That was when we used to help out on routes, and Ryan had to go do, I think it was Memorial Day or Labor Day, one of the summer holidays. And he had to go do something with his family, so I dropped him off. I said, I got this. I put my big boy pants on for the day. And then I had little boy pants on my end day because that ate me up. It was bad. Run out my shoes, everything. But yeah, that's what I got in. Anyways, so our routes back then, yeah, they were pretty rough. So I come on the scene in 2012, 2013, I think. And then you had, I want to say, let's see, we did that for a year. We were both temp helpers. And then I got hired on, what I got hired on? I'm on 13 years this month. So I'd be, what year is it right now? 2026, 13. So 2013, got hired on as a helper. Got my little fancy uniform, suited and booted, all that good stuff. And then Pops was still there. Let's see. And then we moved into what year did he got? That was later on because I had my CDL.
2016.
Yeah, no, it wasn't that long. But I do remember freaking how many winters you done thrown trash in? You probably got what? A bunch of them.
I got about 14.
Let's do that. What's your favorite time of year to throw some trash?
I'd say between.
And I ain't talking driving. I'm talking about on the back of the truck throwing some trash, slinging and banging, as we call it back in the day.
I'd say between October and April.
April, not too hot.
No. Fucking May through September,
a little rough.
That's why I got out of fucking being a thrower. I was like, this is getting fucking ridiculous. Like, I remember there's one day, my wife works there too, so
we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
There was one day, me and her were running Clifton. It's a Friday, so we're running half of downtown and then everything. We started in downtown. And then he ran everything up to, what is that, Oak Crest?
Yep.
Or Oak Run?
Yep.
Something like that. Oak Ridge. So we're doing all that. We get up there by the school. I'm telling you, I'm like just dragging ass. So she calls Kevin, and she's like, "Oh, well, he needs to take." She's like, "We're going to take a break because he's like, he's back there dying." And I'm like, "No, I'm going to keep going." And then Kevin calls me. Then he's all like, "Hey, man, it's only 11:30. Go take a break." I was like, "Oh, I'm good." So I keep going. About 30 minutes later, I looked at her. I was like, "I'm done."
Wasn't good.
No, I'm about to pass the fuck out.
You don't like the wintertime throwing trash? You don't mind the wintertime?
No. Besides your hands being cold?
Heck no. That's why I got my CDO was we did 1 year when Daddy was still there. Me and Maurice went to Clifton when it froze. And boy, I'm talking you driving down the road, 317 was fine. You can get down 317 all day. You turn left on Highway 6 in Allen Mills. Buddy. It was ice. We slow rolling, and you would just see tracks where people would be driving straight, and then cars just start veering off the road, and then you'd see cars in the stuff. Boy, I'm talking. I don't know how cold it was, but it was cold because I had a stick on the back of the truck, having to bang ice off the side of the truck so I could hold on to the truck. And I think we picked up, and on average, you get a good route, and you get a good helper and a good driver. You can pick up like 2 to 3 tons trash an hour.
Yeah.
It took us all day, and we picked up 3 tons. And after that day, I said, "No, sir, I'm going to be doing this again." My butt going to be in the cab with the heater on high, rocking and rolling. But not to say, I mean, as drivers, when we both got our licenses driving, I mean, Pops raised us up on a standard. And we just call it, in the trash business, they call it, I mean, you got old school, and then you can have like new school nowadays. Old school, like you slinging and banging, we're rocking and rolling. I mean, we didn't have, what you want to call it? We didn't have all the safety, what you want to call it, protocols and stuff. I mean, we had them, but it's kind of like outlaw game, I guess you want to call it that. Like, we was rocking and rolling, running and gunning, like you were going to work. And drivers and helpers work together. And helpers will be quick to tell you, like, either you're not getting out enough as a driver, you need to step your game up, do something. So, like, laziness wasn't tolerated back then, but that was Pops' standard. Like, I hired you to do a job. If you can't do it,
Oh, I got a good story.
I'll find
I kind
somebody
of
else.
started
Like,
talking about it, but I got a good story for that one.
what you got?
So it was me and Gary running the Friday route because Sheikah was on maternity leave. And I don't know what this dude was doing, but it was me, Gary, and Taylor.
Yep. Robinson, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We ran everything off the far side of Old Robinson.
Yep.
Then we went and did the horseshoe. So old school and Brad come out there because Brad had to bring us another truck because that was the first truck we packed out. So we packed another truck out. Brad brings the third truck. Taylor's out there being Taylor. So old school and Brad say something to him, and he's all like, "Well, I ain't got time for this bullshit, and I ain't got time for that bullshit." And he gets mad and starts talking shit. And old school's like, "All right, motherfucker, I got a trick for that shit." And he's all like, "Well, I'm trying to be home by 3:30, da 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 da." My dad turns around, let's say, "So I grab his shit then." He's like, "For what?" He's like, "You want to go home?" He's like, "Well, we got to be home till 3:30." He's like, "Well, grab his shit, you go home right now."
Yeah, Pops don't play, we're going to get the job done, or we're going to find somebody else to do it.
So me and Gary go knock out the horseshoe. Because when we started, we came down that one side of Moonlight, did everything on the far side, then jumped over after Taylor left, and that was about 10:30. Then we did the horseshoe, got done with that at about 12:30. Brad brought us another truck. So we go up the other side of Moonlight to Surrey Ridge. I knock out first part of Surrey Ridge, usually take about an hour and a half. I did it in about 45 minutes without Gary getting out. So old school rolls up behind us. He does behind us for about an hour. And the other side of Surrey Ridge takes about 3 hours. I did the first half. Well, about the first 45 minutes, we just did like 2 streets. And usually about 45 minutes, you have 4 streets done. Because Surrey Ridge was about, 20 streets on that second half?
Oh, it was a lot. I know that. I didn't run it too much, but the times I did run it, I was like, gee.
So me and Gary are rolling through, and old school he out there doing the shit he does with his binoculars.
Yeah, Pops was like a professional scout. Be 4 miles out with a spotting scope out there watching trash trucks doing route observations.
So he rolls out there, and he's watching us for about 45 minutes. And he rolls up behind Gary, didn't even know he's back there. But he rolls out there, and he's like, "What the fuck's Gary doing?" I said, "I don't know, dude." I said, like, "Honestly, I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do." So he gets out the truck. Gary sees him. Gary walks back there, and he just rips into Gary's ass. He's like, "Dude." He's like, "You know you got to get out of the truck, right?" He's like, "Well, dude, by the time I get out, he's already done." My old man, he's like, "You better learn to move your ass then." So Gary starts running his mouth. My dad gets back in his truck, backs up a little bit, parks up against the curb. Gary just looks, he's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Get your ass on the back." He's like, "What are you going to do?" He's like, "I'm going to drive."
That'll learn you.
So he did good on the first street. But after that first street, his ass was chasing the truck.
Well, let's go into, because some people don't understand. Like, it's a very, very, some people do, some people don't. Like, it's a physical job being a trash thrower. I mean, we both did it. We run all kinds of routes, different routes, whatever you want to call it. Like, it don't have to be high intensity. Like, back in the day, we had to have
the routes we had, that was
a big route. That was about 30 tons of trash a day that you're running. I ran Woodway.
2,200 home.
Yeah, I ran Woodway, and we picked up Monday, Tuesday was depending on the time of year. Like summertime's pretty heavy because kids are home. Everybody's home during the summer, so you got a little bit more trash. So we'd run like 3 loads on Monday, Tuesday, and then you'd run 2 loads. We had 20 yards, so I mean you're running anywhere from 20 to 25 tons of trash. And then Thursday, Friday was our chill day, so that was our easy days because we ran the same route. It was Monday, Thursday pickup, Tuesday, Friday pickup. So we would just be doing the same route Thursday, Friday, but it'd be way lighter. So we could chill, hang out. Me and Ryan used to mess around. When I had you, we'd mess around, go do whatever. Or if we wanted to make extra money, Pops, we call Pops. Like, what you got for us? Go get some of that special time.
Yep.
That good money right there. Get that time and a half.
Make your check look good.
Yep. And so we did that. But we did that, and then old Pops had got delivered from us, or the company. He's still around. I think that was like, I want to say, because I was a temp for like 8 months, got my license, or got my hired on in 2013 as a helper. So yeah, 2014, I got my license. So yeah, about 2015, I think. And then he got, and then we won't go into the details. We'll let him explain that story. But Hatchet Man came and got him. And I'll never forget that day because he come out, and of course, that's all we knew. We go to work. We're working with Pops. Like, we're good. We're tight. And he come out and told us that, "Oh, I don't work here no more." I'm like, "Do what?" Because Pops is a great leader, great supervisor. Like, and some people don't like it. You can like it, don't like it. I mean, it's
he ultimately he didn't put up with bullshit.
Yeah, he don't take nobody's crap. And I mean, as far as a leader, like, you're gonna respect him, but he would build that respect. He would earn that respect. Like, man, he was like a light to his people. Like, good man. He's like, help you out, or figure out a way to help you out, do whatever you need, help you with whatever you need. But just a great, and you want to talk about a actual servant leader, like, he was the example of that, like, servant leader. But he was also like old school. You're not gonna run over him. It's one of those, you may not like me, but you will respect me type things, like hard worker and all that good stuff. But yeah, he got, and then he left. Let's see. And then he went to Sunbright. So that's what he does now. He's been over there since then, running roll-off trucks and all that stuff. But
been over there about 10 years.
Yeah, 10 years. Oh, Pops has got, what? I think when he left Waste Management, he was there for like
25.
I want to say, it was over 25 because he had this little plaque. And so, I mean, he'd been in the trash can. They've got 40 plus years in the trash business. But so he's up there now. He's driving. He's happy. And then we go into that, and then we go a few years on, and then I get my license, and I become supervisor in 2018?
Yeah.
I think, ish. And we go through all that, and that was a fun time. We had a great group. We had Nate and Jesse and Trey. Now Trey was supervisor with us when me and him were both when I first started. He was a ops supervisor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was over commercial.
Yep. And then he went to where did he transfer?
Hearn.
Yeah, he transferred to Hearn, then transferred to Weatherford, and then came back and was a site manager. And at this time we had been bought out we were ISI.
And we got, when I started out, I think we got bought out 6 months to a year after I started by Progressive.
Yeah, then we were Progressive. No, I was ISI when I got hired on.
Were you?
Yep. I had a Christmas tree. I remember the Christmas tree. And then, let's see, and then we went to Progressive. And then from Progressive, we got hired. Then Waste Connections bought us out. And then, let's see, that was a while ago. Yeah, we went to Waste Connections. Trey comes back. And then Uncle Jesse, who I like to call, he came from Alaska. And those are all like my family now, our family. They come hang out, kids' birthday parties and stuff. Great people, though. I'm going to try to get them two on together if I can scheme that up some kind of way.
Nate
I would like to get Nate. I got some more mics. We only got 2 right now, but I would like to get Nate, Jesse, and Trey, and me, and we all do a podcast. And then
you remember old Bobby Marlowe?
Oh, Bobby Marlowe. Yep, he's up there running around. He was a Republic.
I think he's still a Republic. I think no,
I haven't kept up with him lately. But anyways, so now I become supervisor in 2018, and that was a fun time because that was what we grew up. That's what our dad did pretty much our whole life of existence. He was a supervisor, so obviously that was one of my goals to get to was being a supervisor and learning that business, which I did that for 4 years. I mean, it's a lot of people think it's easy. And then that's where we always just Pops always said, he was like, if we could, that's why I started this. Like, if you could get like A&E or who did the Dirty Job shows, that A&E? Yeah.
No, that was Discovery.
Yeah, like get somebody to come out here like do like a reality TV show though of the trash business, boy. I think we'd be Yellowstone. Be up there with like Dutton Ranch and all that good stuff, because it's some stuff back in the day that used to go down. We'd be like, yeesh. It was crazy. But yeah, so we did that, came into supervising through the COVID years. That was fun. Then you got to see the other side. We like to call it the dark side of the trash business, because that's where you get to learn all the rules and all the fun stuff, all that good stuff. But I had a great time learning that, doing that. Made some great people, great relationships. And then you were still, were you still a temp through all that? I think, yeah, you were.
Yeah.
And then, what year did you get hired on as a helper? Let's back up real quick so we keep saying that. So you were hired on in Johnson City, right?
I was hired on as a temp.
And then when we moved to McGregor, you were hired on as a temp.
Yeah.
Okay, so you weren't hired on yet at all.
Well, I wasn't hired on for a specific reason.
Well, yeah, we ain't got to go into that unless you want to go into that. It don't matter to me. It's up to you. But so you were a temp still.
Yeah.
Okay. And then so we go through my supervising was, let's see, because you got hired on supervisor, right?
No.
It was after?
Yeah.
Okay. So I go supervise 5 years. Uh-oh, that's not good. We're about to speed this up now. Phone's going down. Got hired on. What year did you get hired on for a helper?
2022.
2022. What was that feeling like?
It was good.
It was good. Yeah, because you had come through a little bit of adversity, however you want to say adversity. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Jorge had a little rough come up. He's one of those, we ain't going to learn that easy way. We ain't going to listen to folks. We're going to do it the hard way. But no, you're doing good. So you got hired on 2022. And then how long did you go before you got for CDL?
I think it was 3 years.
3 years? And then, let's see. So you got your CDL, and then you got CDL, what, been a year? You know?
Year and a half.
Yeah, year and a half driving. What are you driving?
Right now I'm driving a residential ASL truck,
Yep.
which I love it, but I hate it because when you get stuff like 2x4s and stuff jam up in there, sometimes no matter what you do, if you're sitting in a truck sitting there somewhere packing it and it won't go down, you're gonna have to shut the truck off, turn the battery box off, make sure the blades are retracted all the way. And you're gonna have to get back there and physically unjam it by hand. Which funny thing is, I had to do that on Thursday. I had to get back there and pull 4x4s and stand them straight up. And on my truck, it's got a little top door where at the end of the day, you push the packer all the way and you shut it.
Yep.
So what I had to do was I had to stand those 2x4s up. I had to pack it 4 times and then push the top door down and break them, and it unjammed the packer.
Yes.
So, but the one thing, and he can attest to this, I'm all about customer service. Because there have been times where y'all done route offs, you'll see me like if somebody doesn't have their trash out and I see it's overflowing, I will go up to their house and get it. But we got this 4-foot rule that Kevin made, and I'm fine with that. But then you got customers, you sit there and tell them, and they get an attitude, and they're like, "Well, nobody fucking told me this and that." And I'm like, "Well, I'm trying to help you because if you put something to the ASLs, if you put something too close to your car, and somebody goes to grab it, they might be able to grab it. But if you get, what do you call it? If you don't stay consistent and you get complacent, you may not remember that car is there. And when you go to open it, I got a funny story for that too. When you go to open it,
So you're talking about people putting their can between the cars.
like if you got it up
And you got
against
a
your
claw
car,
like this,
or
and
you
you
got a
can't
claw and you
open it
can't
up.
open it.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, I got where you're going now.
So,
But it's gonna happen. I mean, that's part of.
yeah.
So we can go into driving. I mean, that's part of. And you just said it, not being complacent, paying attention to your surroundings, knowing. But I mean, every stop. When I did my driver trainer class, the dude asked a question. As far as he said, let's say you have this regular stop where it's out in the middle of nowhere. There's nothing. You're going to get picked up. This and that. He said, you service that can, no problem. He said, now say you have a stop that's in like a blind turn. You know, you got to do a bunch of sketchy stuff to get this one stop picked up. So how alert are you on that stop compared to the other stop? You're going to be like 10x more alert. He said, but that should be you every stop. Like every stop should have that same intensity.
You gotta be vigilant and know your surroundings.
Yep. Let's see. So you've been driving. So what is your goal? What's your goal now? Because you've come up driving. You've gotten your rear load. You've gotten a side load. You got some previous experience in roll off. Like, so what's your goal? What's your next goal?
Well, my next goal, I talked to Jake. Talked to me the other day. And since I got an open position for supervisor, I told Jake, I was like, well, if somebody front load ever goes to operations, because my ultimate goal is to learn front load, roll off, become a swing driver, then become a trainer. But I also have a 5-year goal. Once I hit my 5-year mark, I want to go through all this stuff, and then after my 5-year mark, if the operations position opens up, I most likely put my name in to take it.
So you want to apply for like supervisor later on down the road?
Yeah. Because Jake asked me if I wanted to do it this time, and I was like, I thought about it, but kind of like when I talked to Kevin about it yesterday morning for about 5 minutes, and he truly gave me the best response out of everybody. Because I told him, I was like, he's like, did you put in for supervisor? I was like, well, Jake talked to me about it, but I told Jake, I was like, I'd rather go through everything and then become a supervisor. That way, if somebody comes to me with a question, I can't just be like, well, I don't know because I've never done it, but I could think of something to help you but that doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to be right, because I would rather know what I'm talking about. So if you ask me a question, I know how to answer it.
Yep.
And Kevin gave me the best response out of everybody I've talked to about it.
Well, wait, let us lean us on some knowledge there, big dog.
So I'm sitting there talking to Kevin, and I said, well, I'd rather know what I'm talking about if somebody asks me a question and he hit me with even if you've done everything, you're not always gonna have the right answer.
No, that's right. I mean, you gotta be open minded. There's stuff's always changing, but that's what I tell everybody. My tailgate time last Friday. The only way you're gonna learn to lead is what? Did you watch it? Do you support your brother? Do you love me?
Was I even there?
No, you weren't there for that one. If you're gonna lead to learn, you gotta. No, sorry. If you're gonna learn to lead, you have to lead to learn. Because a lot of times you're not gonna have the answer to stuff, dude. You gotta go through life. You gotta live it. Get that experience. Same thing with trash business. Yeah, everybody wants to be prepared, but
you're never gonna be 100% prepared.
You gotta walk, and that goes with like your faith in Christ, all that stuff. Like, you're not gonna know all the answers, so you gotta step into it, rock and roll.
Kind of like Kevin told me, I gotta learn patience.
Yep. Hey, George has you got a slight reputation on being a little hot headed. Oh, did you get with Mike on your deal? Did y'all get that squared up?
No.
Tell the people your deal.
So me and Mike made a deal where I got to go 90 days being a positive attitude, not being hostile. Well, his was not being hostile in the morning. He told me, if you come in here being hostile in the afternoon, I'm not here in the afternoon when you get back. So that's Jake's thing to deal with, and Jake's a great supervisor, by the way, but sometimes me and him butt heads because.
Well, you're always going to butt heads with people because everybody,
But I like how even if I go off on Jake, he 90% of the time understands the point I'm trying to get to.
Yeah.
Like, people just I'm one of their go-to people, as they say, but sometimes it gets aggravating because I'm not going to name any names, but you know who I'm talking about.
Please, battery.
You got some people who can do their job, but they slack off a lot, so they got to call on me to do it for them.
Oh, we'll burn that bridge later. I want to get back to this bet.
So
y'all get that squared away?
Not yet.
The bet was what, $300?
It was $300.
You got to go 3 months. Or it was 3 months. It's changed now, so we'll probably change that dollar amount. But 3 months, no blow ups, no
negative attitude.
No negative attitude. All right. Well, I hope you get that, buddy. But we got like 10% battery left, so we're going to shut this month. We're going to have to shut this down.
Yeah.
What's your good word you want to leave people with? You got any knowledge up there you want to spit at your folks? Don't forget to put your trash out on time.
Turn the cans around the
right way. Lisa's pace for us.
4-foot rule.
Yep, 4-foot rule.
Stay vigilant.
Stay vigilant, my man. Hey, that's a wrap on this GPK podcast, guys. Just wanted to get y'all a little origin story.
I got one.
Of the Garbage Path Kids. What you got?
When it comes to safety, just because he told me this, one driver might do something that another driver doesn't feel comfortable doing. And my favorite saying is, just because you can doesn't mean you should.
There you go, guys. Hey, we're going to leave it to y'all on that one. Just got a little origin story in and try to have it started. So we're going to get together, hopefully get some more mics and stuff so we can get a bigger group. We already got a plan for next weekend. We're going to get one of the supervisors on, Jake, and I think we're going to try to get Kane in there too. But y'all stay trashy, guys. We'll catch y'all on the next one. Love y'all. Ski. Y'all went on the last